Most of America agrees that there are 5 calibers of handguns that are best for concealed carry. Obviously, there's a lot more variety of calibers out there for concealed carry, but there are definitely 5 that America has chosen as the most popular handgun calibers for concealed carry. Now, before we get into it, I do want to take a moment and thank our sponsor, Jace Medical, for being the only company in the world who prescribes you emergency meds, whether it be emergency antibiotics, antivirals, COVID meds, or whether it be your chronic meds for heart disease or whatever it is that you have chronic meds for. This is the only place that actually gives you an emergency supply. Like, I have a doctor who'll subscribe medications, but only when I need them. Jace is the only company that prescribes them before you need them. And I'm a firm believer that every American should have emergency antibiotics on hand. That link is below. There are more concealed carriers walking around with guns on their hip than probably ever before in America. And I like to see that. That's a good thing. That means that most people recognize the wickedness and the violence in this world, and they think to themselves, I'd rather not be a victim. I'd rather have a firearm on me. That way, if some terrible, violent criminal comes upon my way, I can handle the situation. I don't have to just be a victim or hope that the right people are there, like the police or, And it is the wise choice. And over the last decade or more, there's definitely 5 calibers that seem to be what everybody's picking. There's a lot of handgun calibers out there, but there's definitely 5 that the vast majority of people carrying a gun around, they're falling within these 5, almost guaranteed. So here's the top 5 most popular calibers for concealed carry. Number 1, 40 Smith & Wesson. Now, 40 Smith & Wesson is always looked at in an incorrect way. I love a 40 Smith & Wesson, and here's why. Because most people look at it that don't like 40, they look at it, they compare it to 9mm. And if you compare to 40 to 9mm and you shot both, you would not enjoy the 40 if you were comparing it to 9mm. But that's an unfair comparison. Really what a 40 caliber is it is really a 10mm short, which 10mm is wildly popular right now. And people don't look at it like it's a 10mm short. They look at it like it's not nearly as pleasurable to shoot as a 9mm, but those who see the value understand that this is a great caliber. It's a great choice for the military. It's a great choice for police around this world. And it's really a fantastic option for concealed carry as well. And many Americans see that. Number 2, 45 ACP. 45 ACP is by far the most common 1911 caliber. So really, I believe it's the 1911 that's kind of holding this 45 ACP into a position as being one of the most popular carry rounds out there, because a lot of people carry a 45. A lot of people carry a 1911. And I believe if you took the 1911 out of the equation, the 45 would fall quickly and not be on this list. But 1911 is one of the most popular handguns in the world, so therein lies the 45 ACP. Number 3, a 380 ACP. Now, 380 is very popular for several reasons. One, it's kind of like a 9mm short. It's a very effective round, and people kind of shied away from the 380 back in the 70s and the 80s. But because of the technology that's going into self-defense rounds, 380 is a fantastic option, but I believe it's the most popular because you could put them in tiny little guns, and which is why my everyday carry really is a Smith & Wesson Body Garden 380, because it's like the size of a deck of cards. Like, no matter what I wear, I could fit that gun in somehow, some way. I can't say that about a lot of my carry guns, and that's really, I believe, why the 380 is still continuing to be one of the most popular carry rounds, because it's just so darn easy to carry in a tiny little package. Number 4, the 38 Special. Now, the 38 Special is probably the second most popular carry round out there right now. A lot of new gun owners, millions of them, chose a revolver, and it was probably in 38 Special. 38 Special is by far the most carried revolver round out there right now. And revolvers are extremely popular. A lot of people see their value, including myself. It's definitely not an outdated handgun. More so the technology that's not just going into the handgun, but the ammo itself really makes a 38 Special a fantastic option. Especially if you're going to be carrying a revolver, because you can just get them in tiny little carry packages. And most gun manufacturers that make a revolver probably make them in 38 Specials. So 38 Special is by far the most popular revolver cartridge out there, but it's really the second most popular handgun cartridge out there as well. Finally, number 5, the winner, the most popular caliber out there is, of course, going to be a 9mm. Most handgun manufacturers out there make some sort of a 9mm carry gun. It's definitely, it probably is more popular than all the others put together. Well, not that far, but definitely very, very popular, by far the most popular. It's the most popular military round, being a NATO round. It's the most popular police sidearm caliber. And it's the most popular concealed carry caliber. There's more variety of guns in a 9mm than any other caliber as well. So there you go. There is the top 5 most popular handgun calibers on the market. Definitely a lot of other options out there, but most of America, when they went out and they bought a handgun for concealed carry, probably bought it one of these 5 calibers. Any thoughts or insight on any of this, definitely put it below. I do want to take a moment and say that most people watch the channel, not subscribers. Click that subscribe button. It greatly increases the algorithm. It's free and helps us get our messages out. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.